Skullduggery up to this point has been one like no other. We've duped you to accept restrictions on your personal freedoms we were dreaming about just a couple of years ago. Never before have we concocted a diddle and theatrical show of this scale, and this show must go on. My government has directly banjaxed the economy and incurred massive debt in a manner and on a scale that is simply unprecedented. All of this and much more wasn't necessary because our number one priority had to be the destruction of Irish life disguised as public health. We were also determined to do whatever we had to do to keep as much of our society and economy in the dark until we could safely slip in Klaus's digital ID. Banjaxing small business and public health has demanded policies which has been as thick as two planks. And I know that at different times, the different approaches of North Korea looked attractive, and debates about this led to some tensions. But I also know this. We kept our brainwashed head as a country. We stuck together. We followed the programming. We did what we were told, and we got our handouts. As a result, we've managed to protect a greater proportion of our people from facts than most other countries. The evidence is clear and incontrovertible. Your obedience and slavery shows you don't value liberty. It has not been a straightforward journey to serfdom. We've had witch doctors and totalitarianism along the way, and the emergence of the blood-curdling variant earlier this year was particularly challenging to conjure up. But we persisted. Over the course of 2021, we've pursued a twin-pack strategy of a careful, controlled demolition, together with periods of observation of the inmates after each change. And with this smokescreen, we've pushed forward with one of the most determined and comprehensive DNA-altering programs in the world. This strategy has worked. Whole sectors of our economy and society surrendered without a fight, while successful and controlled apartheid pilot events for collaborators took place in others. Our children and young people are back in indoctrination camps, and our national sanctification program is powering the undead. In every category, the rate of uptake and rollout is the envy of the communist world. Extraordinary scientific spoofery on a global scale has given us this tool against the peasants. But it is the Irish chumps' respect for and trust in the God of science that has made it so easy for us to ensnare them. We have them now. The entire sanctification team, operating in every nook and cranny of our heads, deserves the Iron Cross first class. As I've said throughout this tyranny, a successful national indoctrination program changes the dynamic utterly. Because of the effort of our special treatment team, and because you have stepped up for the mark and taken it unnecessarily when it was offered, we are now entering a whole new phase of this racket. I've never believed that there would be a day when we were just able to announce the hallucinogenic was over. This would be entirely the wrong message to send, and it would undermine our plan to act the bollocks and create new rackets. We are very unlikely to ever be able to say to be rid of this common cold completely. My crystal ball expects to see an increase in case numbers over the coming weeks. I've checked all this with Dr. Mystic Meg and Lord Luke Ha-Ha, who's still learning the D major chord on guitar. He still needs to learn G major so he can sing a song for us again in honour of Pfizer. The time is now right to begin the move from regulation and unconstitutional theft of people's personal freedoms to an approach primarily defined by citizen monitoring, neighbourly snitching, judgment and internment. Obviously, we must remain vigilant and nimble, and when our new dangerous variant of concern is released on schedule in the media, we will move quickly to illegally imprison the serfs. But what is very clear is the efficacy of our programme in protecting against liberty, self-reliance and life. Given this, a range of remaining restrictions will be eased so you can go out and play with yourselves, with a view to locking you all up again towards the end of October. Religious services worshipping the God of Science will have up to 50% capacity. Then, the services at these false churches will be conducted by the very Reverend Tony Holohan. Return to the Dole, for those still stuck at home, will be a joyous event as you get to meet all the other unemployed. Even with these very welcome changes, it is important to stress that the scam is not over. With our new scary variant, we want uncertainty to remain, as we need to keep you frightened. We will need to stick to the basics of letting us do all your thinking for you. And each of us will continue to use our fear to wear respirators in other environments where we see hobgoblins. We need to be stringent in making sure that if we have any sniffle, we self-isolate and get tested. €80 a pop. Handy cash for my buddies. You do not go to work. You do not mix with others. We also face a very difficult winter in our healthcare settings. The advice from Lord Luke Haw is that other respiratory viruses, including colds and flus, will be back from their holidays this winter. As we move into this new control grid, it'll be a time of trepidation for some. We will be bringing forward the health and well-being programme for the experiment casualties. Others will be nervous as we send them off to the camps. I know the grief is deep, and it will take a long time for us to come to terms with no freedom. Over centuries, we have demonstrated. As a nation, we have great resilience and ingenuity. We have weathered many storms. Over the last 18 months, we have drawn on all of that, and we have endured. Now we will push on to complete our cultural revolution, including a commie booster program with a little red book for all. And we will play our full and active part in making special treatment available to the vulnerable all around the world. We will rebuild our economy in Satan's image. We will do these as I smile. Stay safe, hold firm. We're all in this Titanic together. There is no iceberg. Ireland is unsinkable. We'll stay. Forever this way, my heart will go on. Goodbye.